Welcome back to WWE 2K25 Universe Mode. It is the penultimate SmackDown before Money in the Bank, and we are filling out the rest of our ladder matches tonight. After tonight, we will know every participant in both the men's and women's Money in the Bank ladder matches. Kicking things off with the women's qualifier, Rhea Ripley versus Naomi. Then we've got AOP taking on DIY, a battle of the three initial tag teams there. Asuka versus Raquel Rodriguez. Kairi Sane and Dakota Kai take on the women's tag team champions Baszler and Stark. And in our main event, whoa, what a cast we've got there. Battle Royal for the last men's Money in the Bank ladder match spot. Cody Rhodes, Dominic Mysterio, Solo Sikoa, Pete Dunne, Karrion Kross, Akira Tozawa, Jimmy Uso, and a mystery man. We will find that out in due time, but let's kick things off with Ripley and Naomi. We have only seen Rhea Ripley once up to this point, a loss to Natalya. Very slow start, uncharacteristically, for Rhea Ripley here. The Eradicator is here, looking to change her fortunes up a little bit, looking to qualify for a stacked Money in the Bank ladder match. And if she wins this, she will have to take on Zelina Vega, Io Sky, Michin, Jade Cargill, Charlotte Flair. All just to win that Money in the Bank briefcase, and that's not to say it's a guarantee that she gets there, because she'll be taking on another very formidable competitor here tonight, someone who has been hungry for gold since the start of the series, her loss in the US Championship Finals against Dakota Kai. That, of course, would be Naomi. Naomi looking to change her fortunes a little bit, hasn't really had the success that she wanted to here in this series. But a win over Rhea Ripley, a statement victory, could do her wonders, especially as she advances to the Money in the Bank ladder match, not locking Ripley out of that match, which would almost, I would say, be, I guess, an equal accomplishment to making the ladder match. Of course, winning the ladder match is another thing entirely. A lot of talent in that match. Anybody could walk away with that women's Money in the Bank briefcase, but it could be Naomi. Let's find out if it will be Rhea Ripley or Naomi advancing to Money in the Bank. And the bell rings. Whoa. I mean, you've got almost, if you qualify here, you have a tactical advantage. Because part of you is preparing for your opponent, part of you is aware of who you'll be facing if you do advance. But of course, sure, neither of these women are thinking towards the future right now as Ripley locks in the headlock. You gotta be thinking on the present, thinking about their opponent right here. Both women not really been where they've wanted to be this season. I mean, Rhea Ripley, someone we definitely expected to be contending for championships by now, to be maybe going after Liv Morgan, that WWE Women's Championship, in that same sort of category as the likes of Io Sky, as Becky Lynch, Jade Cargill, as Ripley just wrenches on that arm of Naomi. Rhea looking to reverse her fortunes here. Naomi has at least had a championship match, fell short to Dakota Kai, as we mentioned before, for the Women's United States Championship, hasn't really gotten back to that position, and a big win over Rhea Ripley and advancing to the Money in the Bank ladder match would do wonders. Flying forearm from Naomi. And now she's got Rhea right where she wants her, tosses her across the ring. What a display from Naomi. This back and forth contest, both these women clearly been scouting each other very well since finding out about this qualifying match last week. And now Rhea is going to measure Naomi. Might have been going for a suicide dive there, thought better of it. Is now just going to send Naomi against the steps. Precarious position for Naomi here, as Rhea has her right where she wants her. No, Naomi fights out of it. And Big Enziguri takes down the Eradicator. Naomi is definitely bringing the fight to Ripley. Of course, like we said, a loss to Natalya in Ripley's only match here in Universe Mode thus far. That has to weigh on the mind. Nothing against Natalya, but again, we think of Ripley as this main event star, this women's title contender, perennial main eventer, and to lose to a veteran, albeit somewhat of a mid-card staple. Like Natalya, someone who we could definitely see challenging for the Women's U.S. Championship. Of course, Women's U.S. Champion Raquel Rodriguez in action later tonight, as Naomi is going to go for the cover after some squabbling on the outside. Ripley is right back up, though. Rhea almost offended that Naomi went for the cover there, and Naomi whiffs the dropkick. As Ripley, oh my god, Ripley's fired up! Rhea, oh my god! Riptide right in the center of the ring. 1, 2. Naomi does not go down, though. Some resilience being shown from Naomi, as Rhea is going to go right up top. Not something you see from her too often. Elbow drop right to the back of Naomi. And now Rhea could have her right where she wants her. Super kick right to the jaw. Shades of Naomi's husband, Jimmy Uso, of course. And now Rhea is just going to mount Naomi, goes in for the strikes. Just slaps her in the face afterwards. Little insult to injury there. Not sure if that's wise from Rhea Ripley. We've seen some darker tendencies from Naomi thus far. She has been hell-bent and determined on taking down Damage Control in the last few months. Of course, we haven't seen her in a couple weeks, given the Money in the Bank qualifiers, but Naomi still has her goals in mind. But gotta think, she makes it to Money in the Bank, wins that briefcase. Liv Morgan is gonna be all she's thinking about. Assuming Morgan doesn't lose the title before then, just Ripley sends Naomi's face against the floor below. Enziguri, though. Naomi's staying in this. Rhea Ripley, maybe a little overestimated at the start of the season. Maybe Ripley has lost a step. Not competed too much. Maybe there's a little bit of ring rust there. Naomi has definitely had a lot more matches than Ripley has. Rear view on the outside to Rhea Ripley. And a huge split leg drop, like single leg drop. Naomi now is going to look to get Rhea back inside the ring, capitalize off the rear view. Now she's going to go in for the cover. This could be all for Rhea Ripley. 1, 2, no, a 1 count. Gotta think maybe Naomi would have been better off hitting that in the center of the ring. Oh, but she sits out. Full Nelson. And now she's going to go for the cover off of that. 1, 2. No, Rhea kicks out again. That time spent dragging Ripley back into the ring might have just cost Naomi, who's going to go in for the leg drop. Maybe catches a little bit of Rhea, but hard to say who got the better off of that exchange. Naomi now is scaling to the top. Elbow drop does not connect. Rhea now has an advantage. She now has an opportunity to capitalize here. Just a boot to the face of Naomi, and that could be all she wrote from Naomi. Naomi tried to get a little too cute with it, and now Rhea is able to capitalize. Lifts her up. Riptide right on the logo. 1, 2. No! Naomi kicked out of a second Riptide. What is she made of? Naomi, resilient as ever, kicks out of the Riptide. A big knee strike. Ripley, you gotta think, is getting frustrated with this. Again, going to the top rope. Really out of desperation, one would think, by this point. Rhea, huge dropkick. No, Naomi brushes it off. She's now gonna go for the roll-up. Naomi has her legs on the shoulders. Rhea only gets a 1 count, though. Both of these women reaching such a point of frustration. Nothing able to put the other away. 2 Riptides kicked out of by Naomi. Gotta think, does that shoot the confidence of Rhea Ripley? Or does that just motivate her to do more? She lifts her up, electric chair. Oh, face buster from Rhea. And I think Naomi might be busted open just a little. But Naomi still has some fight left in her. She's not going to go down easily. Split leg moonsault! She can put Rhea Ripley away. 1, 2. No, Rhea kicks out just barely. Just barely does Rhea Ripley kick out. All of these women have thrown everything at each other. Split leg drop. Naomi is firing the crowd up. She's getting Rhea back to her feet after that. And now she's gonna send Ripley up against the ropes. This could be bad for Rhea. But no, she counters. She's able to counter. Naomi, though, springboard. Disaster kick. Disaster kick. Shades of Cody Rhodes. We'll see him later on tonight. That could be all. Rhea Ripley goes down to the kick. The springboard kick. Able to put Ripley away. What is going on with Rhea Ripley? I mean, this has to be a confidence issue for the Eradicator. Put away by Naomi in an upset, a colossal upset. We've seen a few weeks of upsets, but Naomi pulls off possibly the biggest one of all, puts away Rhea Ripley, and Naomi is going to Money in the Bank. She will join Zelina Vega, Io Sky, Michin, Jade Cargill, and Charlotte Flair. What a six-woman lineup that is. Any of those women can walk away with Money in the Bank. We must find out what will happen on the rest of SmackDown. Impressive upset from Naomi. She takes down Rhea Ripley. We caught Ripley after the match backstage. She says, I don't know what the hell I need to do. There's no excuses, no justification. I need to get right, and if that isn't a wake-up call, what is? We will have to see what will happen with Rhea Ripley as time goes on, but we must move on to the rest of our show. Tag action here, some jockeying for position in the tag team ranks as AOP, Razor, and Akam take on Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa of DIY, and DIY get the job done against the Authors of Pain, and definitely boost their power rankings in a stacked SmackDown Tag Team division. We'll see what General Manager John Cena decides to do about the number one contenders going into SummerSlam. New Day, of course, the Tag Team Champions. Two women who came up short in their Money in the Bank qualifying matches. Asuka fell to Damage Control partner Io Sky, whereas Raquel Rodriguez was taken down by Jade Cargill. One of these two women will get a little bit of a momentum boost, a confidence boost. Let's see if the Women's United States Champion can get a much-needed victory, and she does not. Asuka picks up the win over Raquel Rodriguez. Gotta think that gives Rodriguez Asuka maybe a stake for the Women's US Championship. We will see, like I said before, what GM John Cena has to say about that. Tag action! Speaking of Damage Control, Dakota Kai, former Women's US Champion, and Kairi Sane take on the Women's Tag Team Champions, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark. Of course, those two have been embroiled in somewhat of a battle with Becky Lynch as of late. Lynch not in the building tonight. I am told we will hear from Becky Lynch next week. That will be something to pay attention to, but let's see if the tag champions can get a victory, and they certainly do. Big win over Damage Control, one of the more established tag teams in the division. Claiming dominance are the Women's Tag Team Champions. But speaking of dominance, we have one man will rule over the others to get the last Money in the Bank spot in this Battle Royal. Let's find out who it'll be. The man who lost out on the WWE Championship at Clash at the Castle fell short to Seth Rollins, and now he looks to rebound. And looking at the crowd, this is a heavy match. There is a lot of competitors here. You have to argue Cody Rhodes is the favorite, looking to rebuild some of the momentum he lost after losing to Rollins. Not seen or heard much of him since then, but he could join a star-studded Money in the Bank field. Of course, the winner of this 8-man battle royal, I'm praying that this is fixed, by the way. I really hope that they fix this stupid glitch. I don't think Wendy Chu is going to be interfering with this match. The winner of this match will join Carmelo Hayes, Andrade, Chad Gable, Drew McIntyre, and Ilya Dragunov. So if you're looking at this, you're looking at a lot of up-and-coming stars. Even in this Battle Royal, a lot of up-and-coming stars, guys who maybe have not reached that main event precipice. Speaking of, here's this man, Karrion Kross, someone who's just really looking to break out, get that main event opportunity. Of course, Drew McIntyre excluded in that, but for the rest of these guys, this is an opportunity. And you look at a guy like Cody Rhodes, gotta think, if he wins this, he and McIntyre have to have targets on their back from the rest of these guys. They're hungry, they're needy for a main event spot, and the Money in the Bank contract is the best way to get one of those. But Karrion Kross, I would argue a dark horse for this match, a dark horse for the entire Money in the Bank conversation. Actually, in real life, too. Honestly, I'll just put that out there right now. But Karrion Kross definitely could make a statement here. Now, what I believe is his Universe Mode debut. But he'll have to take down a lot of competitors here, including this man, Dominic Mysterio, who has been in a battle, I would say an all-out war, with Solo Sikoa's bloodline, he and his Judgment Day cohorts. Of course, Finn Balor, fellow Judgment Day member, failing to qualify for Money in the Bank. Raquel Rodriguez, fellow Judgment Day member, failing to qualify for Money in the Bank. Dominic Mysterio looking to make it 1 for 3 for his stable. But he certainly has an uphill battle against 7 of SmackDown's best, including a mystery superstar. Of course, not to speculate on who that is. Gotta wonder, is it someone new to the brand Dominic Mysterio? Hopes not, I'm sure. Because he is also going to have to deal with Solo Sikoa, the man he's been feuding with as of recent. But there's an interesting story about this entry. This was supposed to be Shinsuke Nakamura's spot in this Battle Royal. However, Nakamura has been trying to tempt Tozawa. He's been trying to, I guess, split him off from his tag team partner in Otis. Nakamura gave up his spot in this Battle Royal. He gave up his position, his chance to advance to Money in the Bank. He gave that to Tozawa. He sees potential in Tozawa. He wants to see Tozawa succeed. And let me tell you, in a Battle Royal, this is possible. For Akira Tozawa, I mean, he's not someone you'd expect you'd bet on. He's not someone you'd bet on in a one-on-one match. But this is a Battle Royal. This is anything goes. Anyone can win. There's no real favorites outside of name value. I mean, Cody Rhodes, the sentimental favorite, sure, but anyone can win this, including this man, the United States Champion, Solo Sikoa. Solo Sikoa won that championship at Backlash. He has been in, I guess, a wild goose chase with Dominic Mysterio and really all of the Judgment Day. Wasn't even supposed to be in that championship match. Jacob Fatu, of course. Sikoa's still looking for his assailant, but Solo wants this opportunity. Imagine Solo Sikoa, double champion. Korea would hate it. I would love it. I love Solo Sikoa. I don't care. If Solo Sikoa has no fans, I'm 6 feet in the ground. Sikoa, though, is looking to punch his ticket to Money in the Bank, all while carrying the burden of the United States Championship. A lot of contenders at his throat. Andrade, Braun Breaker, just to name a few. Jimmy Uso is here. Let me just count the participants here in my head. I believe this is everybody except for the Mystery Man. No, it is not. No, it is not. Sorry. Jimmy Uso started off a little weak. Definitely not the outcome he wanted. Did not qualify for the United States Championship Fatal 4-Way. Lost to Dominic Mysterio. Have not seen much of Big Jim since then, but Uso looking to punch his ticket to Money in the Bank. Maybe join his brother as a champion, Jey Uso, Intercontinental Champion over on Monday Night Raw. Got a lot of contenders going for him. A lot of Samoans carrying titles, the mid-card titles. That'll happen here in the WWE. But we've got one more man before our Mystery Man, and it is also, much like Karrion Kross, I believe, the Universe Mode debut of this man, the Bruiserweight Pete Dunne, another potential dark horse. I would argue. We've not seen much of Pete Dunne. We don't really know what he's going to be capable of in this series. And I could see it. I could see a Pete Dunne victory. Imagine if Pete Dunne is able to punch his ticket to Money in the Bank, unhook that briefcase, then you could have Pete Dunne become the world champion in just a couple matches. I mean, we've not seen much of him. He hasn't been really in the United States Championship scene. But he could, I mean, shock the world, really. But will our mystery entrant here shock the world? I thought the game crashed for a second there. Who will it be? Pete Dunne's waiting patiently in the ring. for our mystery entrant. Here's some candles. What in the world is happening here? Who could this be? None other than SmackDown's newest star, Aleister Black. Welcome to SmackDown and welcome to Universe Mode for Aleister Black. My goodness, that has to put a stunned expression on his opponent's faces, especially Cody Rhodes. Some history there. The Dutch Destroyer is here in Universe Mode. And we are off right away. Battle Royal time. Tozawa and Cross going at it. This is a big fight feel. One of these men will advance to Money in the Bank. The other 7, DOA. You've got nothing for Money in the Bank. You're just gonna have to deal with it. Sikoa goes after Rhodes. Aleister Black is going after kind of everybody here, looking to prove himself, looking to make a name for himself. But Pete Dunne is looking to make a name for himself by eliminating him right off the bat. As Mysterio goes after Uso, Aleister Black, I almost called him Malachi for a sec. Aleister Black is going after everybody. He wants to show everybody that he's here in Universe Mode. He's here on SmackDown. Possibly send a message to the US champion. Hey, I might be here for your title, bud. Sikoa is now going to go after Cross. No elimination attempts thus far. Just all of these guys going at it, duking it out. As Mysterio, whoa, goes right after Rhodes' springboard. I've seen Dominic Mysterio jump off the ropes a couple times in this match. You gotta wonder, is that wise? Mysterio, yeah, sure, he's experienced in Battle Royal matches, but he's a high flyer, but is that wise? Should you be flying off the ropes, or should you just stick to a grounded style? Stay under the ropes, really. You shouldn't be flying out there when somebody can just push you over the top. Rhodes and Sikoa taking a breather on the outside. Pete Dunne looking to eliminate Aleister Black. Or no, Dunne ducks the clothesline. Oh, that gets interrupted. Sikoa and Rhodes going after it. They're going at it. Nice monkey flip from Pete Dunne. This is a big opportunity for all 7 of these guys. Of course, Cody Rhodes looking to prove that he still belongs in the main event scene despite losing to Seth Rollins for the WWE Championship. As Rhodes going to take it to Cross. He's going to take it to Karrion Kross. And now we've got some action here. None of these men going for eliminations yet. I sure hope that they didn't fix the glitch by just having nobody get eliminated. That would suck. As Sikoa is going to go after Pete Dunne. Tozawa is eliminated. Tozawa, the first man out. I mean, Shinsuke Nakamura, he gave it a good effort, but maybe, oh, Aleister Black! No, wait, that's Karrion Kross, sorry. Karrion Kross eliminated 2 of the guys I said could have been dark horses. Eliminated almost instantly. First 2 out in the match. We're down to 6. Jimmy Uso, Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes, Pete Dunne, Aleister Black, maybe not for long, and Dominic Mysterio. Black is on the brink of elimination. He's on the verge. Pete Dunne is looking to really make a name for himself by eliminating SmackDown's new star. As Black is able to hang on there. As he's going to look to send Pete Dunne out. He's going to look to send Pete Dunne out. As Sikoa goes after Mysterio. No surprise there. Oh, big brainbuster from Aleister Black to Cody Rhodes. And Pete Dunne is gone. This has gone, I mean, just about as expected. No upset here. I would say Jimmy Uso would be the biggest upset, but he's on his way out. Jimmy Uso is gone. We are down to 4. Dominic Mysterio, Solo Sikoa, Cody Rhodes, and Aleister Black. Only one of these guys can advance to Money in the Bank. 4 other men gone already. Guys who were looking to make a name for themselves, really upset the world, but not gonna happen tonight. Ushigoroshi from Aleister Black. Mysterio and Sikoa are just hanging on to each other. There's definitely some bad blood there. Big back suplex, high angle back suplex from Black. Rhodes looks to eliminate Mysterio. Dom on the ropes. Can't be good for Dominic Mysterio. And it looks like Dominic Mysterio is gone. We are down to 3. The debutante, Aleister Black, the established star Cody Rhodes, and the United States champion Solo Sikoa. Really interesting stuff here. Only one of these guys can advance to Money in the Bank. Sikoa, I would say Solo Sikoa, the odd man out here. U.S. champion, he's fine either way as Aleister's busted open. But Solo Sikoa could have a chance to be a double champion here, if all goes right. Big suplex, front-facing suplex. Black moonsault to Cody Rhodes. Aleister Black has the element of surprise here. Nobody was able to game plan for Aleister Black, but do you really game plan for opponents in a match type like this, as Black is going to look to eliminate the United States champion? That could send a message to Sikoa if he's able to eliminate him. No, Solo hangs on. But Cody looking to get Black out. No, Aleister. Whoa, big spinning leg kick. Leaping leg kick from Sikoa. Black responds with a huge bicycle knee. Rhodes with the clothesline. Chaos in this triple threat situation here in this Battle Royal. Moonsault from Cody Rhodes. Anything you can do, I can do better, says the American Nightmare. And Rhodes has Black. Crossroads to Aleister Black. He's gotta be dazed. He's gotta be dazed. Rhodes has the perfect opportunity here. He's gonna look to send Black out of the ring, but no, Aleister is able to get out of that situation. Sikoa now is gonna take advantage. Solo is looking to lift Aleister Black out of the ring, and he could just very well do so. Aleister Black is gone. We are down to 2. Cody Rhodes and Solo Sikoa. Rhodes, pedigree. Cody Rhodes with the pedigree. Cody lifts the U.S. champion. Aleister Black is reeling on the outside. Debut spoiled by the United States champion. And Cody Rhodes is going to Money in the Bank. Cody Rhodes fills out the men's Money in the Bank ladder match. Thanks for coming, Solo Sikoa. Thanks for coming, Aleister Black, Jimmy Uso, Dominic Mysterio, Tozawa, Cross, and, oh my gosh, Pete Dunne. Wow. I believe I'm forgetting someone. Is it Dominic? Someone else. Goodbye, 7 other men. Cody Rhodes, the sentimental favorite going into this match. Call it predictable all you want. Cody Rhodes is advancing to Money in the Bank, and he has the opportunity to get himself right back into the WWE Championship picture. Thank you for watching. That's going to be all from SmackDown. Join us next time for Monday Night Raw.